call enough. They need to call these wide receivers more on offensive pass interference because they're aggressive. They know they can push and get away with it. And a good job by the official call.
How about how high he went up in the air to get that one?
Unbelievable job that time. And again, that's part of every offense now in the NFL. It wasn't like that when I played. We didn't have guys that could go up and make catches like that. The Eagles have been awesome today on first down. That time it's a nice play design. They throw the football. It picks up solid yards. Second and short. Boy, that's what every offense likes to be in.
2nd and 1. Jumps into the air and pulls it down.
Nice job by the receiver jumping up and making the catch. We see it a lot now in the NFL, and why not? You are not allowed to hit them until they can hit the ground and protect themselves.
Taylor's completion percentage, 60% on the day. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day.
When you get down in the red zone, the offensive coordinator's got to call a play that deceives the defense. Let's see if he can do it. His team is down. He needs a big play here.
He'll get it again. And it's Earl Thomas who brought him down that time.
Always good to have these types of runs. Hey, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to. And also, it opens up so many other things for your offense.
3rd down and 2. He's brought down. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Lewis is looking for a place to run, but there is nowhere to go. The offensive line just gets dominated. Good job by the defensive line that time.
We're getting started with the 4th quarter. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here for the call. And he converts here on the field goal try. Here we go, Phil, with the field goal early for. This could be headed to a photo finish.
Oh, listen, I have a lot of complaining to do here, Jim. And, you know, I'm one of the world's best complainers. What were you doing? You should have went for it and try to find a way to get 7 points instead of kicking for 3. There is nothing like a good return when you talk about special teams. Good blocking. The speed of the returner gets down the field, and after that tackle, now they have good starting field position.
Can't find the target on the pass underneath. At the 16-yard line, here they come. The Eagles sat at the line, dime package. 2nd down and 10. Makes touchdown. Steelers put 6 on the board. And a 2nd touchdown on the game. And with less than a quarter to play, it's going to be very difficult to catch them at this point.
Yeah, the chances of a comeback have almost gone to impossible. But I'll say this on the offensive side. Don't take any chances and see if you can just find a way to march down the field to score to keep this game going.
Tate's going to start his return. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Eagles offense is set to take over once again. They moved the ball well last time. Right down the field they went, but they could not get it into the end zone, winding up with only a field goal.
Yeah, but their confidence has got to be high. All the good things they did. We saw some good passing, some good running, good offensive line play. I like where this offense is at right now.
Buchanan's in on the tackle.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him, there's not much you're going to get done then. That time, quarterback had time and throws it down the field for another completion.
Taylor's completion percentage, 60% on the day.
The defense is going to play conservative in situations like this. They have a lead here in the 4th quarter. They'll give up those short throws.
2nd down and 5. Lewis has got it on the screen. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after this play.
Arm strength is a nice thing to have when the window of opportunity is very small. Quarterbacks with strong arms can still fire it in there. Nice throw right on target by the QB.
Taylor's completed his last 6 passes. 3rd down and 4. And there's Edelman. That's been the story of this game. Another 3rd down conversion. to move the chains.
Well, he's got talent. This receiver can make the catches when you throw it his way. And I think his talent, the way offenses are designed, and the rules of the NFL, it makes guys like him almost unstoppable.
Taylor's now completed his last 7 passes. First down at the 17. They go draw. That's a gain of 8. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day.
The Eagles, they can do it all. Once they get in the red zone, they have the passes, the screens. They can throw it down to the back of the end zone. And how about that play? They can run the football right at you if they want to. And that time they picked up some good yards on that run.
They'll run it here. And Ochu's there to take them down.
First down by the offense in the red zone. And, you know, if you're on the defensive side, you don't have to worry about deep passes anymore. You can be more aggressive and take some chances.
First and goal from the 5. Gonna go draw.
What a good job by the defense, not being fooled. Here in the fourth quarter, they're leading. You expect the offense to pass. Well, they throw a run in there, and you're alert, and you stop it for a short gain.
Flashes to the left side.
The offense is so close right here. They just need to show a little power and punch this in the end zone and get that touchdown.
Third and goal to go from the 2. Eagles in the end zone. Lewis, second touchdown of the game.
Oh, what a good job there by the offense. Third and goal. And what do? They run the football against the defense. And nice job getting the touchdown.
The Steelers set to return the kick. Running room. A foot race to the end zone. Taking it all the way home for the touchdown.
When you get a kick return. For a touchdown, a lot has to happen. One, it takes talent by the kick returner, but look at all the good blocks we saw down the field and the speed of the kick returner. Touchdown.
The Steelers ready to boot the football down the field. They're setting up the return. And the tackle's made right around the 26-yard line. The Eagles will be trying to make it 3 successful drives in a row as they retake the field here on offense, partner.
They got a great feeling from the offense so far. In other words, they're confident, they feel good, so you need to keep calling plays. They keep the offensive players in a positive frame of mind. You do that, hey, I wouldn't be surprised to see them march down here and score again.
Second and 2. Lewis is the receiver on the screen. Room to work. Peterson that time on the tackle. We've hit the 2-minute warning in the second half. Welcome back, coming out of the 2-minute warning here in the final quarter. The Eagles snap it at the 26. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab from inside the red zone. Timeout won't be used here. They'll go to the hurry. First and goal. Oh, it almost picked off that time.
Things get tight down here in the red area. I got to give the defensive man a lot of credit, though. In position, sees the ball thrown, and is able to get that hand up there and knock it down.
2nd and goal from the 10. To the outside. The catch is made.
When you get 3rd and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
The Steelers lined up in the nickel. 3rd and goal from the 8. Looking at every option. That's a touchdown, and that tightens things up.
Tight ends are so valuable down on the goal line. They're able to maneuver inside. Easy to get defenders to run into each other to get open to score.
The Steelers still hold a small advantage here late in the 4th. Just need to avoid any kind of turnover or silly mistake. Scores 35-27. And now he'll dip out of bounds. That return's good for about 31. Talent is all over this field, especially at the wideout position, where we've seen these two guys put up big days as expected.
Yeah, we were expecting them to do well today, and they have. There are so many awesome receivers in the NFL now, but there's no doubt. These two guys, they're two of the best.
Handoff. Ingram's there to make the stop. The Eagles will call for the timeout. They need every second to be preserved at this point. 2nd down, 3 to go. Handoff out of the eye. It's wide open. And in for the touchdown. May have been the clincher right there.
Yeah, what a game all day long. So exciting to end it like this late in the game. Man, you enjoy victories like this.
The Steelers ready here for the kickoff. Takes off from the 5. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Mark him down at the 19. The Eagles ready to go on the march again, and that's exactly what they've been doing here lately. They've taken it all the way down the field on the last 2 possessions for touchdowns. Phil, can they make it 3 straight?
Let me say this to you, Jim. It's just not that easy. As we're watching this game and how they're playing on the offensive side, they make it look easy, but trust me, I was down there one time. It's a hard job.
About 1 minute remaining with a 1st down. Going to go to the hurry up with under a minute to play. Makes the reception. Quarters formation here for the defense. The Eagles will take the snap from the 45. Surveys. Throw it to the outside, and they've got the hook up.
The defense, they have a lead here in the 4th quarter, so they're willing to give up short pass completions, but good job by the offense.
Taylor's completion percentage, 70% on the day. Got the completion. Lewis is tackled right at the 35. So they get the reception, but it's not enough to move the chains. 3rd down coming up. They'll go to the hurry up here as the clock runs. Locked in on the football and has hold of it with 2 hands. The Eagles call a timeout and are left now with only 1. That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. From the gun. Scans the field. What a catch. Touchdown.
What a throw by the quarterback for a touchdown. It was just really nice. He threw it beautifully, right on target. Touchdown.
The Eagles trying to keep their hopes alive and recover an onside kick. The kicking team fails to recover the onside kick, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Yeah, tough job there. You know, look, the NFL has changed the rules over the year. You really only get one chance to get that onside kick, and that time they were not able to do it.
The Steelers' offense is on the field for a victory bow. One kneel down, and then they can celebrate, Phil. What a feeling.
Yeah, it's got to be great for them, and what a difference. You look at them walking on the field, you can see the emotion, the body language, and look at the defense. Everybody head down, knowing all that work was for nothing because you did not win the game.
The Steelers lined up in the pistol. 2nd and 10. Going for the deep ball. It's intercepted. Better late than never, Phil. Defense finally, Phil.
I guess so, Jim. And look, the good spot here is it's been a bad day almost all day long, but the game is on the line. What do? You go out there, you make the play, and get the football back for your offense.
And that's a safety. You get that win week 1, and it certainly takes a little bit of the edge off, doesn't it?
Oh, no, it does more than that. It takes a lot of the edge off. When you win the opening day game, you just feel like, hey, we're going to win them all, and all that hard work, it was all worth it. And the following week, you're going to listen to the coach because he led you to that first victory.
For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nantz saying so long.